welcome Tiffany back.
That was so beautiful.
Grab a few, you deserve a rest. Tiffany, you were really young when you met Jesus. How old were you?
I was 3.
Do you remember? Do you have any memory of it?
I do. I was sitting in my grandmother's rocking chair, and she asked me if I wanted to accept Jesus into my heart. And so I did, and I did that at that point. And then every day whenever I would take my nap, I would always have to listen to my Christian music so that I could fall asleep. And so ever since then, my relationship with Jesus Christ, when I got older, has just been building, and we have a really neat relationship, and so that's important to me.
And we have quite a lot in common because I was raised just by my mum, and you were raised too by a single mum.
Right.
Has that given you a real special friendship, do you think, with her?
Oh, definitely. I don't think that my mom and I would have been as close as we are if I had had a father. And I would not trade that for the world, just because my mom and I, we are like best friends. And it's wonderful. I love her so much, and she's always been so supportive of me. And I don't think that I could have gotten here without her today. And so God has really had his hand on both of us, and he's put us together, and so it's really exciting.
Now, when you were just 6 years old, you said, Mom, I want an agent. Did you know that you wanted to be in show business?
I was really precocious when I was younger, and I would always stand on the coffee tables and sing to my mother's friends, and so I did a lot of things like that. It wasn't like I was really shy and timid, and then I did a lot of theatrical work, and I really loved doing that. And then when I was in a pageant, one of the judges was an agent, and so she asked my mom if my mother would be interested in putting me in the business, and so my mom said yes, and that's how it started. And I auditioned for things, and then I got them, and so it was very exciting.
Now, how old were you when you got the job on Small Wonder?
I was 9, and I did it for 4 years until I was 13, so.
Now, that had to be quite an experience to suddenly become so well known when you're just such a little girl. Did people recognize you around the place?
Yes, they did, and that was an adjustment too, because it was very different. I mean, I never knew that anything like that could happen, and that people would actually stop me and say, oh, can I have your autograph, and aren't you the girl from Small Wonder? And so that was an adjustment. I took it in stride, though. God really helped me with that, because I was very humble, and I never once let it go to my head. And that was also with my mother. She said to me that if that would happen, that she would no longer put me into the business, and I would get out of it, just because I needed to stay humble. And I was like everyone else, except my talent was performing and doing a series. And so.
Now, as you look to the future, what do you think is going to be in your future? What are your immediate plans?
I'm finishing school a year early. I'm graduating this year. And so that's really exciting for me. Hopefully, I'm putting my application in for Pepperdine University. And so hopefully, I'm just praying about things, and hopefully that will work out. I would like to, as of right now, not go into the business at all. I'd like to get my education first, and I think that that's very important, and I want to encourage all of the teenagers out there who are listening too. Education is such an important aspect of life today, and without it, it gets you nowhere, and it's just really, a lot of times people aren't as encouraging, and they don't really encourage all of you to get your education, to go to school, to do well, and to have plans and goals for the future. And that's very important, though, because once we think about it, it's too late, and then we aren't able to go back and do that. And in today's society, it's very important to get your education so that you can get a job, and a good job. And so I'm going to go to college, definitely. I would like to major in pre-law, and I'm just praying about everything, because I'm not exactly sure if that's where God wants me. That's where I would like to be either a family attorney or be some kind of a judge. And
wow, look out world, here comes Tiffany.
So it's exciing.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
You know, you have the common sense my mother always prayed I would have, but maybe her prayers came over the ocean and hit you. You're a real credit to your mom too. We thank God.